after this race, we are officially in the second half of the season, and with that, welcome from Lime Rock Park for week 6 here at the Clio SoF. We have 4 splits in store for you, plus the return of the highlight package, because this week I have a bit more time to do them, so I'm looking forward to those as well. But yeah, more on that in a bit, or rather at the end of the race. But now let's focus on the track itself, Lime Rock Park. We have been here last season as well. Was the season open if I remember correctly, but it is a different layout. And if we take a look at the track map itself, you can see it with that chicane up there, because we are at the Grand Prix layout. 2.4 kilometers in length, 15 laps across all splits is what we are expecting. We have been here last season as well with the podium Miguel Freitas, Roman Perschke and Matthias Pentele. And when we talk about the arrows, turn 1, a good overtaking opportunity if you can set things up at the final arrow in turn 9. But we have to talk about that chicane. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Why is it tricky? Easy to get off tracks, important for qualifying, especially qualifying. The third curb tends to ruin your car, lovely. And if there is shenanigans in front of you and you have to evade that, be prepared for a massive slow down penalty. So that chicane will be key. And how high are those curbs and how dangerous it is? We will find out, and maybe our demonstration lap will give us a few answers for this. So let's head over to our demo driver. And our demo driver already on his way into turn 1. Strong wind there, so we will talk about this in the race as well. Makes that first corner pretty tricky. 4th gear, then 2nd corner. Some people drive it in 3rd. Our demo driver takes it in 4th gear. Then this right kink, and now we drive to the chicane. And you will see what I mean with high curbs. You can attack 1 and 2. This is fine. But that one, do not touch it. Do not touch that inside curb there, or else your car will hate you for it. And then we are back on the classic layout we know from Clio SoF. Past the final 2 corners. Again, this one tricky with the wind. I mentioned it, we will talk about it in the race as well. And this is 1 lap in Lime Rock. Under a minute for the top drivers. And now we head over to the starting grid to see how qualifying went. And then I'll meet you back for the start of the race. And this is our starting grid. Freitas, Lasek-Smith, Burgess, the top 3. No Dylan da Costa this week, so this could be interesting in terms of the championship. Let's go racing, ladies and gentlemen. 19 drivers. Everyone got off the grid. Some better, some worse. Either way, we head to turn 1 for the first time. And if you take a look at the bottom right of the screen, at the wind indicator, it's not the biggest, but look at this. There's a strong wind heading into turn 1, pushing the cars from the back. Oren King, this is a new name, not familiar with him, welcome. Everyone survived the first 4 corners, but now we get into that chicane for the first time. Severin Stocker and Delgado side by side. Stocker jumping over the curb, and as a result, maybe already wheel damage on it. Stocker and Delgado still fighting, contact! And John Duncan capitalizes on it, gaining a few positions. And you may have noticed that we have one or two new different camera angles in the early parts of the race. I had to redo the first 3 laps or so because the cameras here on Lime Rock Park are just awful. We saw the landscape for a good team-on-team contact there. Burgess and Gaiotto. Burgess lost the position to Kevin Anfield early on. And so I had to change which cameras the tool has to use. So we see more from that so that we don't get too many landscape shots, I hope. Oh, car in the back had to take the scenic route through the off-track part, so big slowdown for Marcin Rejewski it was. Man, look at this. Many cars here in the mid-pack. John Duncan, Zane Quecker, Severin Stocker and Toby Kiel. Oh, Stocker goes wide. Suboptimal, as I like to call it. This is one of the cameras I meant. Usually we get a different one, but I had to change it, otherwise we would see the mountains and landscape of Lime Rock for a good chunk of the race. And I did not want to do that. This is a racing channel, not a scenic channel, if you know what I mean. Will Lyon gained 4 positions, one of the big jumpers. Only Zane Quecker got more. Miguel Freitas under pressure from James Lazark-Smith. Mark Burgess and Bruno Gaiotto got past Kevin Anfield at one point. So missed Apex in 3 and 4 and Anfield in P5 in front of Gilberto's definitely not Smurf account for whatever reason. John Duncan and Toby Kiel, lowest rated driver in the lobby, but great pace, and John Duncan makes his Clio SoF return and fights with Toby Kiel side by side. Oh, we love to see this. We love to see this here on lap 4. Kiel is still looking, but has to stay behind for the time being. Lazark-Smith is looking. Mark Burgess, a bit on his own at the moment, 0.7 seconds. Oh, what the? What was that? What was this? Gilberto serving a slowdown? If so, if that was indeed the case, oh yeah, he has a slowdown, but maybe not serve it on the racing line, I would say. James Lazark-Smith is trying, is looking, wants to get the lead. Freitas has to fight. Side by side, still there. Miguel on the inside, and James knows he has to get out of it. Oh, look at this big pack here. Duncan, Struck, Cook, Kiel, Stocker. Kiel, Lyon, Godet, they are all here. Look at this massive train. Stocker, Lyon and Godet. Oh, Will Lyon gets turned around by, I believe, Godet it was. Meanwhile, Andy Oakley and Oren King fight for the Golden Raspberry, which is P18. Clement behind Julien Delgado and Isaac Mitchell. But yeah, the wind makes it difficult, especially in turn 1. You have to adjust your braking point because it literally pushes the car further down the road as you want. and you have to adjust to do so. Bruno Gaiotto chases his teammate. Then Kevin Anfield. Then there's a bit of a gap to Zane Quecker, who's driving on his own. In P6, Freitasch was able to get away from James Lazark Smith. But I believe he ain't done. I believe he ain't done. Andy Oakley. And Will Lyon after his spinning around. I am missing Oren King. Ah, okay, it was just a extended blink, it looked like. Jack Davies and Clement Godet, 2 teammates behind each other, and Mark Burgess and Bruno Gaiotto, 2 teammates behind each other. 5 missed Apex drivers in the top split, and 1 more tomorrow in split 2, high, as Julian Rehberger decided, nope, I'm not driving that chicane. I'm spectating bottom split instead, and Gilberto went wide. I don't know what's going to happen in split 4. He just said one sentence to me. Be warned. Oh, Will Lyon defends. So, if this is no tease to split 4, then I don't know. So we can look forward to it. But look at the minimap. Look at the minimap and that massive train from 9 to 16, basically. Gilberto and John got away from it. Zane Quecker gained 6 positions from the start of the race. Biggest winner easily. Freitasch and Lazark Smith just 0.2 seconds. As Toby Kiel is still holding on. He told me, oh, top split is rough after the race. And yes, it is. Mistakes will be punished. Clement behind Julian Delgado, as Isaac Mitchell was sliding outside of turn 1, losing space and places and everything you don't want to lose. Isaac Mitchell, it says Clement, but it's actually Jack Davies behind that we should focus on, because he is pretty close, as Kevin Anfield tries to make up ground to Mark Burgess and Bruno Gaiotto. The thing is, we talked about it last week in the one race with 4 drivers of the same team, with one of that 3 of those being in 1, 2, 3. Do you fight or do you hold positions? He Hit Me Motorsport told us afterwards, I think in the live chat and on Clio Discord, that there is no such thing as team orders at He Hit Me Motorsport. They fight, they don't care. What is the premise of the Missed Apex crew? I mean, this is for a podium in top split. Will they fight? Will they hold position? I don't know. Toby Kiel. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed by Toby Kiel. He has improved so much since joining the Clio SoF in Season 3 of 2025. Will Lyon in the pits. Don't know what happened to him. We will take a look. Lap 10 it looks like, question mark. We're gonna find out. Stocker and Kiel. Kiel on the inside. Stocker on the outside. Julian Delgado right behind. Maybe gets his way through. Yes, gets the position from Severin Stocker. I had a brain freeze there for a moment. I apologize. I would love to see the leaders. I mean, it was... Thank you! James Lazarus-Smith, the pace is there. Everything is there. Is this the day he finally wins a top split race in the main Clio SoF? Remember, he has won one race in the Clio SoF of the Americas, our other time slot that we broadcast, sadly only from time to time, for time reasons mostly. 1 week, I have to be honest, was because there was not enough drivers. Was bound to happen at one point. But sometimes it is simply put the time I have. So I apologize to the SoFA fans. Le Mans, Isaac, and back to the leaders, James Lazarus-Smith. Time is still there. We are on lap 12 out of 15. So there is still time. Delgado, oh, Stocker. Wait, Stocker got a disqualification. Too many incidents. I mean, we've seen a few things. So, one off track too much. It's easy to get those, especially in the chicane outside of turn 8 and the outside of turn 9 due to the wind there. I mean, 40 kilometers per hour. Oh, Toby Keel goes wide as we talk about the wind being a factor. Maybe that was the reason. Jack Davies, P14 is a decent result for car number 18. Right in front of Marcin Rejewski, who lost 5 positions, maybe gets one back as we cut away from it, sadly. We have to take a look at the timetable. Rejewski is in front of Jack, looks like, yeah, they passed the chicane as well, so he made the overtake stick. As we are back with the race leaders. Honestly, I don't mind this camera angle. Maybe I can program it in a way that we get both of them in the same camera group for the tool. We will see. I will have to play around, you know, spend even more time on the product and all that. Lap 14 out of 15, John Cook. He gained 4 positions, is under attack from Julian Delgado. Last lap, 4/10 slower. In front of them driving Gilberto and John Duncan. And they are close together. I mean, that's another factor. We talk about team order, yes, no. Open fighting, yes, no. Step 1 for that would be to get into an actual overtaking opportunity. So maybe there was simply no spot for an attack for Bruno Gaiotto. We don't know. They're always 0.0. Oh, Mark Burgess, little mistake there as we cut away, sadly. Would love to see that they are close together. Very close together. Here we have them still behind. Exit was good from both here on the final lap of the race. If I was the team manager, in this situation, my call would be hold positions. I'm honest. It's the last lap, it's P3, P4, it's pretty safe, hold it. But that's me. But I'm not a team manager, I was racing in Split 2 at the same time, so... Either way, Miguel Freitas. Defense from James Lazarus-Smith, but it was a lot of work. But congratulations, they're the missed Apex drivers, Burgess and Gaiotto. Kevin Anfield, P5, good race. Zane Cueca, 6 positions. Great jump through the field. John Duncan in his return race, P7, Gilberto. John Cook, who decides to take extra incident points. Fine, I guess, and everyone is over the finish line. Whew! What a race! And now, let's find out what is it doing for the championship standings. Let's take a look. And because of Dylan missing this race, we have a lead change in the championship. And this is interesting because why? Of course you can say, okay, Dylan only lost it because he has a race less than Miguel now. But Miguel made the most out of it, of this non-appearance by Dylan, by winning that race. And if you take a look at their results, their worst each is a P3. So in terms of drop rounds, it sets the bar so high for them for the second half of the season. It looks like it's only because of that one race, but keep in mind, once the drop rounds start to happen, those two are not allowed to make any mistakes. So keep that in mind. Same goes of course for the split 1 standings, which we'll see right now. I would believe that we see them. And here Miguel Freitas also leading, same story here. I'm looking through Marcin Rejewski, the biggest jumper in the top 15 this week. 3 positions for him, but the gap to Jungkook in P10, who has one more race in top split. Well, it's 12 points, that's not nothing. But yeah, these are the standings at the moment. Second half of the season still out there for our top split drivers. For our other splits, we still have this race before they can say they're officially in the second half. Also pretty close, the battle for P3 there between James and Mark, as James got P3 back with that second place. Congratulations, great effort by James Lazak Smith. So close to getting past Miguel Freitas. But now, for the first time in a few weeks, sadly, it's been a while, we have a highlight package at the end, so let's watch a few clips together and then I'll see you for split 2. Goodbye.